Yes, first of all, I do want to commend people who are so sold out to winning people to Christ that they are willing to throw away anything that's been hindering. And there are a lot of things in the church that are supposed to be for perhaps a previous generation, which are still being sustained today, and consequently unnecessarily barring people away from the Christian gospel. So let me commend the motives. But having said that, it doesn't mean therefore that we should commend the methods that people are coming up with, because some of the methods are obviously wrong. And it seems to me that one of the major reasons is because we are confusing outreach with advertisement. You see, when you are advertising a product, you basically make it as sweet as possible, as attractive as possible, so that people can say, I really want that, and they come. Outreach is not like that. Outreach is about you going to the people to announce to them a message from God. And it's that announcement that says to them that they should give up their rebellion and they should be reconciled to God. And part of the proof that they've been reconciled to God is that they should be to be initiated into the body of Christ, and in that body they are to live according to God's laws. Now, if you follow what I've just said, therefore, you begin to see that the responsibility of the church is not to put up a poster and say to the world, come, there will be a wonderful service here. Because if you do that, you're going to have a very worldly service for them to feel comfortable. Rather, the responsibility of the church is what Jesus said, go and make disciples of all nations.
So you actually say that if we want to reach people and to win people for Jesus Christ, we don't have to get them into our church, but that we have to go to them.
Well, they are welcome in our church, and part of our reaching out to them will include invitations to church. But my point is that our mindset should be very clear that we are called to win them out there, not to win them in here. Because the church is meant to be a place for sheep primarily, not goats. So we go out there and we win goats into sheep. And then we initiate them into this body where there's holiness, there's worship, there is God-centeredness rather than me-centeredness. And that's something the world can never enjoy. So it seems to me that that's where the catch is, that we are failing to see the need to get out there and win the lost. Now, my own church, for instance, in Zambia, Kabwata Baptist Church, that's one of the things I've emphasized there for well over 20 years. I've said to our people, get out there and win the lost. So on Sunday morning, for instance, I don't encourage them to come to church. I tell them to go out into the highways and byways, secondary schools, orphanages, hospitals, clinics, prisons, wherever they can find a place to preach the gospel there. Now, some of them will invite friends and relatives to church, which is good. But I say to them, get out there and win the lost. Sunday evening, they can now come and they now teach them the Christian faith. And the church is growing without us compromising on worship. It's growing.